143, 145, Ripcord, David, Crazy Legs Thomas, Haslab, Dragonfly. Time for part 3. Hello, it's the Ruckus, and we are continuing with the Haslab goodness here. More goodness, more action figures. We got 4 of them from our Haslab 2023 for 2024 Dragonfly project from G.I. Joe Classified series. And you see what we got here. We got a pair of members of Night Force. I told you before that the Night Force crew and the Steel Corps Brigade, they're all like associated with one another. It's pretty cool. They have their own little subgroup within G.I. Joe, and I think that'll make for some good displays. Anyhow, what we're talking about this go round from the ranks of Night Force, we have got Ripcord, and the way how the name is spelled, it's like that's his name. Rip is his first name and Cord is his last. It's Ripcord. And then, of course, we have got David Thomas, a.k.a. Crazy Legs. And no, he's not one of the New York Breakers. This is a G.I. Joe member, part of Night Force, and also part of this Haslab, Dragonfly. And I can tell you, I've been having a good time up till now with the this whole project, and with these 2 figures. It's the goodness is just going to continue, let me tell you. Anyway, you see what we got going on in the packaging. Like I said, these are numbers 143 and 145. We've seen their the artwork before, as well as a list of their abilities. And then on the other side, we've got part of that mural. We're, of course, missing 142 and 143. And then in the rear here, we have their artwork. And not too bad at all. Okay, now that we have both Rip and Crazy Legs out of packaging, you could see behind them the rear of their respective packaging. You see the artwork there. It was the same artwork that we saw on one of the sides of the box containing them, only blown up now. Pretty nice, pretty decent for the most part. And yeah, so pretty good. So we're going to take a look at them respectively, individually, and of course we're going to kick it off with our boy Rip, aka Ripcord. And once again, it's Rip and Cord. Rip is his first name, Cord is his last. That's just crazy to me. But yeah, we've got that. We'll move him off to the side a little bit so we can go through his accessories. And we'll start off with the largest one, which is the backpack that's supposed to contain the chute. For those that don't know, Ripcord is a Halo jumper for Night Force. So he definitely jumps out of aircraft and then pops parachutes. And that's what this backpack is supposed to be. It looks pretty nice. As far as it opens up, believe it or not, let me do that now, if I can get it. Without, you already know how I am. I'm very skittish when it comes to my accessories and action figures and stuff. Don't want to mess them up. But you see it opens up, and of course he's a Halo jumper, but we get no parachute with this guy, which is strange. I'm going to have to open up one of my Halo jumpers, which I've never reviewed, just so I can get him a parachute. We also get this right here, which is, the mask breather, and it connects to a part of his harness. So we've got that there. We've got goggles. Pretty nice. We have The helmet, also pretty nice, and the visor is functional, so that's cool. We have a sidearm. You see what that is? I couldn't tell you what type of weapon it is. You guys, if you got it, let me know it. We have this weapon, and the magazine removes. That's a great thing about classified now. Basically, all of the magazines remove from their weapons unless they go throwback style and throw in one of the older weapons. Just like in here, this one, the magazine is removable, as well as the suppressor. So that's pretty cool. Put that back where I got it from. Yes, indeed. And try to, let's get this back in focus. I guess that's a little bit back in focus. We'll deal with that anyway. So that's basically everything that Rip comes with. He, the way he looks, once again, the lack of focusing is crazy. It's killing me here. There we go. Excuse that we wasted a lot of time just trying to get our boy back in focus. It is what it is, I guess. Anyway, he's got the flight suit on, which is banging. I'm loving it. He's got the green harness. We've got some silver paint on the buckles and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. He's got silver paint on the buckles that go around his thighs, so that's pretty nice. He's got this right here. I believe that would be an altimeter. I'm sure that's what that is. We've got patches there showing Night Force. On the other side, he's got that Griffin. You can see that right there. Face sculpt is it's decent. It's decent. I think I've seen better, more realistic head sculpts with our classified. But yeah, this is pretty cool. This is pretty nice. On the back is, you know, pretty much cool. We've got silver paint on the zippers going down his pants, the front of his pants. That's pretty nice, realistic looking. We've got paint there on the sides there. This is really nice. So let me quickly go over his articulation. His head is on a ball hinge, and it is looking. I don't think his neck is on a ball hinge either. I can't see if that's moving or not, but you can get all of that articulation there. Obviously, you can get the T-pose. You've got the butterfly joint. You see how far back he can rear back. Clasping, he only goes like that. Of course, the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, pinless, and swiveling wrist. Looks like the altimeter is separate piece, so it'll come off if you remove the hands. You got vertical hinges on both hands. They're both trigger finger hands. He's got a diaphragm, or ab crunch, I should say, that he can go forward that far. You hear that clicking. He goes back that far. He has a waist, and it is on a ball joint, so you get all that goodness there. Drop down legs. He can split that far apart, go that far forward, as in 90 degrees, a little bit back. He's got the thigh cut, double jointed pinless knees, and he can point his toe that far forward with these green boots up that far. The pant leg, of course, is going to interfere with going up like that. He's got the ankle pivot, also impeded somewhat by the pant leg, and of course he's got the holes at the bottom of the feet. So yeah, he's pretty cool there in terms of his articulation. I think that you get all the standard goodness that you get with classified. Putting our boy Rip back where he belongs for now. Fix his foot because he wants to tip over. Put that back. We're going to pull out Crazy Legs once again, not from any New York breaker crew. We've got him, have him come to the front of the congregation and get him a little bit in focus. So, yep, he's looking good. I'm loving, and we'll get to him in a second. His uniform has got that quilted look, and that looks pretty cool, and he just went out of focus again. My apologies, everybody. He's moving to the side for now anyway, because we have to take a look at his accessories. Keep standing, Rip, or rather crazy. And we'll start with his largest accessory, and that would be his backpack. And he also is like a paratrooper of sorts too. The red that we have painted here on this molded black backpack, if I recall from my military days, you would basically connect something to these strands, and as you jumped out, it would pull your parachute out. And I believe that's how it goes. If I'm wrong and off, please, please, please help me. You guys already know I don't try to come on here like I'm a know-it-all when it comes to this stuff. And I am here for correction if correction is needed. But yeah, we've got that. And we've got his helmet. This is not good. I'm going to move him out the way because I am losing focus all the time here. So that's killing me off. That's better. But yeah, you see what we got going on with that helmet. And speaking of the helmet, we also get a set of goggles that you can affix to the top of the helmet. These are bigger goggles, and we get smaller goggles. They're basically of the same design. They're just different sizes. This one would fit right on Crazy Leg's head, and the other one on top of the helmet. And if you want him to sport his cap here, he's got that. If I can show some dexterity and hold it up for the camera. But yeah, you've got his cap here, pretty nice. And as far as weapons go, he has his knife. He has his sidearm. And he has this doozy right here, which also has a removable magazine. Like I said, it's cool. And also, the stock folds in. Put that over there so you can see it up against a white background. So that's a nice touch right there. Loving that. In terms of his articulation, before I even get into that, I want you guys to see, and I got to get it focused because this is, I'm denying you guys the goodness. So I want you guys to see the just how nice the texture. This is crazy. We know that this is an all new sculpt for sure. We've got that quilted kind of look there. That is just, I love that. This is great right here. And he's got a nice harness, with this type of connection is cool too. As far as his head sculpt, and I'm losing him again. There we go. Kind of a bit better there. This one isn't as good as Rip's, and I didn't think Rip's was all that good, so that lets you know what I think about this guy. But the rest of them is cool. We've got the Kraken over there. He isn't sporting the Night Force emblem, but he is part of the crew. This is definitely a nice. I am loving the uniform with this quilted thing. The articulation, head can go back that far, not much. It's on a ball, so dumbbell, rather I should say. So that's all you're getting both ways. You're not getting any, you're getting some tilt, and of course you can 360 it. Your T-pose is like that. You can, of course, rotate. He's got the butterfly, so he can rear back that much and go, across, not so much. Of course, he's got the biceps, the double jointed elbows, pinless, of course. The swiveling wrists that hinge vertically, both sides, they're both trigger fingers. He has a diaphragm, not an ab crunch. So he can only go that far forward and that far back, but you combine that with what's going on at the waist, still not getting too much, but you have to combine it to get anything. Get a little bit more going back, and that's where you're going to get your left, right, left, and your tilting side to side like that. Thighs out that much, hips I should say, drop downs, he's got that. He's got the thigh cut. I don't know why I can't speak today. The double jointed knees, pinless. He's got boots that swivel right there at the top of the boot. He can point his toe that far forward, that far pretty nicely going up. He's got the ankle pivot, and of course, he's rocking the holes at the bottom of his feet as well. And put him down, and that's our boy Crazy Legs, who doesn't break dance. I keep saying that because there was a guy that he break danced, and he was out of New York, and his professional name was Crazy Legs. So, you know, that's why I keep referring to that. If you keep saying, why does this guy keep talking about breakdancing? But that's what it goes down as. So, yeah, that is both Ripcord and David Crazy Legs Thomas. I have our pair here, Rip and Crazy Legs, basically fully equipped, so you can see what they look like when you got them doing a thing. And I must say, even before they were loaded up, when they were pre-loaded up, they looked impressive. Their uniforms are outstanding as far as I'm concerned. Taking a look at our boy Rip, bring him to the front of the congregation. Look at that, the helmet, got that on, and the mask. And you see right there, it is connected to that pack on his harness. We've got that weapon, and of course, looking very nice there. I'm thinking about, since it's loose, the altimeter is a loose part. He is left-handed. I go by where the holster for the sidearms are on, so I consider him left-handed. I'm thinking about putting the altimeter, like, how would you do with your watch? If you're left-handed, it would probably be on your right arm in most cases. I'm thinking about putting it on his right arm. But looks very, very nice. He's rocking his parachute-less backpack, and the way how that goes in, you have a snap right here in the front. And I think mine is trying to come out. It's either trying to come out or it's being stretched a little bit further apart, but it's still hanging in there. So that's pretty cool. You've got the visor, which goes up. You can see his eyes in there, but it looks a whole lot cooler when it's like that. That's just on and cracking right there. We'll put him back and bring Legs up to the front of the congregation, and he's looking very good too. I'm telling you, I'm loving that quilt look. His goggles that are literally sitting on top of that helmet, they're larger than the ones that go around his head, but they're still not really large enough to securely, snugly fit on top of the helmet. So you're going to have to set them up there, and your angles will make them look better than how they're looking for me. I'm looking at him from on high, and it's not good. He's got his knife, bearing his weapon. It's pretty nice. He's got his backpack, so looking all good there. Put him back where he belongs. I am absolutely loving it. I'm thinking that we need to zoom in just a little bit more, or not zoom in, but I guess he's focused enough. Anyhow, of course, this is a Haslab, continuing Haslab review, so that's why I've got our Dragonfly serving as a prop, backdrop for real. And I'm going to now move our guys aside. Put you over there, Rip. Put you over here to my right, Crazy Legs. And what I'm going to do is, if you saw part 2 of this series, I told you that I would show you how you strap in your I probably have to move this. No, that's not going to work. I have to move this out a little bit to bump it into my backdrop. There we go. I was going to show you how to snap in, lock in your figures. It's basically very similar to how you would do it in real life. I'm going to have to tilt. I think I'm going to have to tilt our Dragonfly here, which will make it somewhat problematic for me to try to do this. Hopefully it'll be cool and I won't have to do a cutscene. I may have to do a cutscene, guys, but we'll see. Anyway, here's the tilt. I'm hoping that, trying to see if it'll do it where you can actually see it on camera. I just knocked over, I had also brought out Airborne. I was going to show him, and I may show him in a close-up shot or something like that. But, yeah, there we go. Now, the problem is I'm going to have to try to do this with one hand. So maybe you can see it. You see how right there they come apart? They snap apart like that, and because it's such a tight squeeze for your fingers, it's going to be problematic to pry them apart, but they will come apart. And after you put your figure in and wrap the straps around it, you just, it should snap. It's not snapping for me, and I can't really let go of the copter in order to press it in. So what I'm going to do, you see what I'm doing, I'm going to set this right side up again, and now I can use the two hands because you get the idea. And it didn't snap, but it did squeeze in. So now I'm going to show it, bend it again, and you guys can, I better come up from over the top so you guys can actually see it on camera. You see that it's, they're all fixed together. I've got the other one apart so you can see what it looks like apart. And this is what it looks like when you press them together. So that is how you snap that back in place. I'm loving this. I'm loving this helicopter. It's bomb diggy for real. That's how you snap your figure in to into the seat there. You saw how in the last video how I had Wild Bill. That's what I had to do, and it's not difficult to do in terms of them fixing. Once again, it's a tight squeeze for both your hands and the figure, but it can be done. There's no danger of like stressing out the plastic or anything like that. And there's probably an easier way to do it, I'm sure, but Hasbro wanted to try to keep it as realistic appearing as possible. That's why they go together like that, and I'm not mad at it. I think it's great. I love the attention to detail that we have with this project. And I was going to save this for a quote-unquote part 4, but I concluded, I've commanded you guys' attention on this project long enough. There's no need to make an entire new video just for the blast effects. So I figured I'll just, throw them in here at the end, and we could see what's going on here. You already see I've got a blast effect coming out from the smaller missiles underneath the wing there. You see the blast effect showing it about to lift off. If you look all the way to our left, that gun, that wing gun, you see a blast effect of it firing. And then, of course, the Feast de Resistance we've got here at our top, this crazy effect. And I'm going to dislodge it now so you can see the whole thing and how it goes in. Of course, that's the big missile right there, and you see those portholes right there. The whole thing actually came out when I did it. So let me pull that out, and you see what they affix into right there. And this was part of the assembly, if you recall, from part 1. And this affixes in there like that. And you see, all you do is you take off the missile, and this blast effect has the same porthole as the missile itself has. So it actually, just line it up and press it in, and that is what you got. And here with the other attachment of those, I still don't know what they would be called, but just another weapon option for your Dragonfly. And you see we've got one of the blast effects that I had on the gun right here, the wing gun. I just moved it to this other right here, and we've got a second one. So once again, you can you have a range of options when it comes to firing the weapons from your Dragonfly. Unfortunately, we didn't get any type of effects for the forward gun. It's like a Gatling gun, kind of, sort of. It is, of course, articulated, and it does have portholes, peg holes, so we can find something to put in there for that effect. Probably can only get away with one, though, because there are 3 holes, but chances are they'll be too big. You put one in, and you won't be able to fit in any more than that. And there you have it. We've gone from rooter to the tutor when it comes to the G.I. Joe Classified Series Haslab 2023 for 2024 project. We're talking about the Dragonfly, the XH-1. Yes, indeed, with 4 figures. We're talking about Wild Bill, Glenda, Rip Cord, whom we reviewed today, and of course, bringing up the rear, Crazy Legs. Very nice set indeed. Nice effects. We have some excellent effects, blast effects for all of the weaponry of the Dragonfly. We saw from the first installment of these reviews, the panel, the control panel light up and everything else, and some good. Just goodness all around. Very large figure. It's going to take up some space, especially if you don't use the stand. The stand will help a little bit because it'll raise this copter off of the wherever surface you've got it on, and then you could fit things under it that they're not as high up, so you can still do that if that's what you so choose. If you decide to suspend it from your ceiling, be very careful. That's all I can tell you. It's not heavy, but don't let that lead you into a false sense of security. Okay, so if you're gonna fix it to the ceiling, and I know many will attempt that, just be careful. Make sure that whatever you're using is sturdy enough to hold the weight. And once again, there's not much of it. It isn't heavy, not at all. You know what I'm saying? But don't let that fool you. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah, I'm not going to linger. I'm not going to hold you. I've held you guys long enough with these 3 installments for this particular, this set right here. Another winner from G.I. Joe Classified Series. They keep doing it for us. One last thing real quick, and I should have said in the previous segment about the effects. The smaller effects, you can actually use them for the guns on last year's HISS tank. So there you have that too. So once again, sky's the limit on what you can do. I knew we would get some type of effects. I didn't know that it would be, they carry over until the following year for the next Haslab. But yeah, you could use them for those too, just so you guys know. So that's... Like I said, I'm not going to hold you guys. It's already been long, and I know you guys want to get up out of here. You got to be tired of me after all of this. Hopefully not so tired that you won't leave your comments below and like, share, / subscribe to the channel to hear me run my mouth a little bit more and bring you some more GI goodness. You know what I'm saying? So please do that. Hit the notification bell so that way you can be informed of that new and latest GI goodness. And yeah, we'll see one another again. I'm going to go and play with my toy for sure. Anyway, thank you guys for rocking with me. GI Reviews. I am the Ruckus, and it's been live. It's been lovely. Peace.